The station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Straight ahead here on DC News Now at 9, DC Fire is on the scene of a barn fire on St. Elizabeth's campus, which captured the attention of people miles away. The latest on that investigation ahead. Plus, a discussion about gun violence in the district as residents try to make DC a better place to live. And how a substance abuse recovery program in Hagerstown, Maryland is changing lives just in time for the holiday season and the new year.
And our weather tonight has been, well, a little on the breezy side, to say the least. We'll continue to see those winds, at least for a couple more hours, and then overnight, we'll see them relax a little. We'll talk about it and tell you what to expect for tomorrow's highs coming up.
All right, thanks, Scott. Good evening. Thank you for joining us for DC News Now at 9. It's Saturday, December 3rd. I'm Annalisa Gale. We start in Southeast DC. Developing tonight, an investigation is underway to find out the cause of a massive fire in Southeast DC. It happened next to the district's 911 call center, with some seeing it from as far as the Frederick Douglass Memorial Bridge and beyond. Dave Laval is there with a look at the work still underway tonight.
Flames ripped through an empty barn at the St. Elizabeth's campus late Saturday afternoon. DC Fire and EMS responded to the call just before 4 o'clock.
Those units arrived on the scene after about 35 minutes and a large part of the fire knocked down.
Roughly 20 units and 100 firefighters worked to get the two-alarm blaze under control that could be seen for miles. The fire happened next to DC's 911 call center. An employee inside the building who did not want to go on camera says she was alarmed by all the smoke that rolled across her office.
It's ridiculous. What's going on?
Jimmy Salgado arrived at the men's shelter on the campus after firefighters got the blaze under control.
I'm just glad everybody's safe, that's all.
Firefighters got the upper hand about 2 hours after the blaze started. They remained on the scene Saturday night in order to extinguish any remaining hotspots. Firefighters said it appears no one got hurt. Now comes the task of trying to find out what sparked this blaze. In Southeast, Dave Laval, DC News Now.
And no injuries were reported after an electrical fire Friday at the Meadow Lane Mall in Martinsburg, West Virginia. The 4-alarm fire started due to a short in an electrical panel at the Panhandle Games retail, according to fire officials. There was smoke damage to merchandise in the store. Management, who did not want to go on camera, say it will take some time now to get the store back to full operations. And now to an update out of Frederick County, Maryland. We're learning new info about a man accused of stabbing his parents before he was shot and killed by deputies. DC News Now's Michaela Newton has the very latest.
That's right. Earlier this week, we told you about a fatal officer-involved shooting that happened in Frederick, Maryland. The shooting happened when deputies were called to a home after reports of a male attacking and stabbing his parents. That stabbing resulted in the death of the father, and eventually the male was shot by deputies. Now, authorities have now released the name of the man, identified as 23-year-old Aaron Mensah. Authorities also released the names of the deputies involved: Deputy First Class Cassie Butcher, Deputy Travis Steele, and Deputy Nathan McLeroy. Now, authorities have said that they will be releasing body camera footage within the next few days, and we'll continue to keep you updated both on air and online. Back to you.
Well, today, Mayor Muriel Bowser hosted an event as part of her Together DC initiative. It was an opportunity for DC residents to share ideas on how to tackle challenges in the city, from gun violence to education, the democracy, and more. On the topic of gun violence, the chair of the Together DC Transition Committee had this to say.
And when you really look at the rates of homicide, suicide, often due to gun violence, they are at the top of the list for certain age groups. And when we lose people in those age groups, in particular African-American men, black men between the ages of 18 and 34, we lose so much, right? So we lose the ability for them to achieve their full potential, to contribute to our society in a number of ways, in terms of socially, in terms of financially. All of that becomes missing, and it has significant impacts, as Linda mentioned with Taekwon's story, on other people who are survivors of that act of violent crime.
At last check, more than a dozen juvenile homicides have been reported in the district so far this year. Well, developing now, a controversial project in Prince William County, Virginia, that pitted neighbors against each other is now heading for a court battle. An organization of frustrated homeowners is suing the Board of County Supervisors for their decision to open land for millions of acres of data centers. Our Max Mastrilla looks at what's next in the county as tensions rise.
From the dais to the courthouse, Prince William County is facing a last-ditch effort to halt a hotly debated and already approved plan to change the county's comprehensive plan so 2,100 acres of land in Gainesville could be used for 27 million square feet of data centers to be built.
These are elected officials who have forgotten who put them in charge.
Bill Wright is an outspoken advocate who has rallied against this and other data center projects. Even though this vote is a done deal, he hopes a judge could stop or at least pause the plan before the rezoning efforts begin.
The board was just dismissive of any concern whatsoever.
Those concerns are raised in this lawsuit filed by Gainesville Citizens for Smart Growth and two homeowners. They allege the board failed to consider the consequences of its actions on the environment, parkland, and historic resources, as well as the impacts of noise, traffic, and visual blight on the community.
Well, this is a bad project.
Roger Yackel is one of the homeowners who's a plaintiff in the lawsuit.
As we learn more and more citizens learn more and more, there will be more pressure put on the supervisors.
A legal battle, but also a battle against homeowners and supervisors who have voiced support for this plan. They say the data center proposal can be an economic boom and create jobs in the county.
I think the Board of Supervisors, did a great thing to help pivot and transform Prince William County so we can get some good quality jobs here, commercial tax base.
Again, that was Max Mastrilla reporting. We reached out to Supervisors Ann Wheeler and Pete Canlin there, who are also named in that lawsuit. So far, though, we have not received a response. Well, developing now, Montgomery County Police are investigating the second crash involving a cyclist in less than 24 hours. Last night's crash happened off Veers Mill Road, Center and Hales Street in Aspen Hill. The victim was transported to a local hospital with minor injuries. It follows a Thursday night crash on Rockville Pike. Just before 9 p.m., police say a driver hit a cyclist off Talbot Street. A 65-year-old man was taken to the hospital where he is now fighting for his life. We're told the driver did remain on the scene. It's still unclear, though, whether the driver will face any charges. An update now from your local election headquarters. The highly anticipated Georgia runoff election is just days away now. The Senate race between Raphael Warnock and Herschel Walker will determine how much power Democrats have in the Senate. Hannah Brandt has more on the impact that it could have.
More than 1 million early votes have been cast in Georgia ahead of runoff election day.
We've got to keep our foot on the gas all the way to victory.
In November, Senator Raphael Warnock got more votes than Republican candidate Herschel Walker. But with the third-party candidate now out of the race, either candidate could still win Tuesday's runoff.
We're in a race and we're in a fight, but I know how to fight.
Both candidates are out on the campaign trail making a final pitch to voters, and they're getting some help from big figures in their parties.
We're going to bring it on home. Let's make this happen, Georgia.
Former President Obama joined Senator Warnock in a Thursday night rally and hammered attacks on Walker.
When again and again you serve up bald-faced lies, just make stuff up, that says something about the kind of person you are.
Republican Senator Lindsey Graham came out for Walker this week, arguing Democrat Senator Warnock is too closely aligned with the president.
96% of the time he votes for Joe Biden.
Democrats will already have 50 seats in the new Senate, so Georgia's race is only going to decide just how much control Democrats have.
If it's 50-50, we have the same number on the committee. We share the same amount of money. If it's 51-49, they're in charge of everything.
And those are the stakes Walker and Warnock want voters to remember.
If you want something better, you got to get out and you got to vote. Are you ready to win this election?
In Washington, I'm Hannah Brandt.
And this weekend on Metro, riders can expect long wait times no matter what train you're on. On the Red Line, the North Bethesda and Grosvenor Strathmore stations will be closed. Trains will arrive every 10 minutes at all other Red Line stations. Blue, Orange, and Silver Line trains will run every 24 minutes, and Green Line trains will run every 16 minutes. Great coordination. Hundreds of people lining up the streets of South Charleston, West Virginia this afternoon for the annual Christmas parade. Kids were treated to a bunch of candy. They love that, along with marching bands, fire trucks, and a lot of entertainment. As for Santa Claus, well, he seemed to be everywhere with lots of advice and good cheer.
Everybody be good and mind you folks stuff. You don't, you might not get nothing for Christmas.
Have a wonderful Christmas and a happy new year. Thank you.
One Santa, two Santa, as always. The South Charleston Parade in West Virginia is a festive time for everyone, including Old St. Nick.